Gate is down. Here we go. Looks like one of our blue crew members with that hole shot. And it is the number 94 of Cole Jones. Followed across the line by Kimball Jett and Austin Cooper-Canitas. Mitchell France came through in that 4th position, but look at this. Starting to swap position already. Who is that? That's the number 29, Julian Boomer, trying to make his way up to the front as early as possible. He's sitting on a 1-3 with 4 points. And here comes 450B as they charge down through the middle of the 10 Commandments. One rider down. Who's that? That's one of our Yamaha mounted riders. Right in the middle of the course. That might be Dakota Bender. Have to get an ID right there. Could also have been Joe DeSimone. So leaders now coming back around. Whoa! Big swap. I believe that was Cole Jones spinning that thing sideways. Rest of the pack now coming out of Storyland, headed down toward the Monster Mile, and here we go. Right now it's a 3-man battle. Up and over the Yamaha Peristyle into that tight right-hander. Coming back to one of the faster parts of the track. Here we go, and they uncork it. Sending it out into the rollers. All top 5, 6, 7, 8 riders sending it deep into the sand rollers in the big beach turn. Down into the Bermuda Triangle now. Have a challenge for the lead. Kimball Jett out front leading the way. Jaden Clough wants a piece of it. Lux Turner in that number 3 ride. Austin Cooper-Canitas in the number 4 spot. Julian Beaumier in the number 5 ride. Larry Reyes Jr. on that number 50 Yamaha sits in 6th. Alan Ransom in 7th. Kyle Wise in 8th. Cole Jones in 9th. And Gabe Andrigo rounding out that top 10. Right now, Beaumier sitting on a 1-3-5 for a total of 9. Larry Reyes Jr. going to make it complicated for him, though. A 2-2-6 for 10 points. Not a big buffer at all for Beaumier. And look at this. Austin Cooper-Canitas sitting on a 4-5-4 for 13. This one a little bit tighter than some of the other previous classes here this morning. Riders sorting herself. Boom Air. I keep trying to remember that. I know you said it on the podium the other day. Corrected. You actually asked him how to say it. Boom Air. Boom Air. Is that where we're at? Boom Air. Okay, very good. So out on lap number 2, Kimball Jett, I believe, still out front on the number 95. Caution flags down right there in the middle of the course. Trying to get an eye on, coming out of the 10 Commandments. Somebody picking up a Kawasaki there. Getting it pushed off the track. Another, it looks like a Yamaha being pushed off the track over here. So losing a couple riders early in this one. Here come our leaders again back into the middle of the course. Up and over that big fall away and into the rollers we go down to the Bermuda Triangle. Starting to get steep and deep in there. Looks like that might be Clough taking the lead. And it is. Jaden Clough comes through in that number 1 position. Julian Beaumier in that number 2 ride. Kimball Jett in the 3 spot. Lux Turner rides in 4th. Larry Reyes Jr. holding on to that number 5 position. Cooper-Canitas circulates in 6th. Ransom in 7th. Dylan Kuna in the 8th spot. Gabe Andrigo in 9th. And Mitchell France rounding out the top 10. Taking a look at the overall, looks like Julian Boom Air 1-3-2 for 6. Larry Reyes Jr. 2-2-5 for 9. Austin Cooper-Canitas with a 4-5-6 for 15. Sitting in that overall 3rd position. A lot of time left in this one. This one just getting underway. 450B limited, about 15 minutes left on the clock.
Kimball Jett really one to watch here in the 95. Here he is doing some battle to the outside line here. Lux Turner Also with him, and there's that Reyes on the 50. Great three-rider battle back here. Right now, the 50 of Reyes able to get it back.
Yeah, Reyes putting in a good, solid performance here. Taking a look at some of his finishes, 2, 2, and possibly 5th right now. That puts him in contention for the 2nd overall spot with a total of 9. Has a little buffer back between him and Cooper Kanitas of about 6 points. Only 3 points separating him and Boom Air from a championship.
So Reyes has every reason to keep digging. Boom Air did it. He got off to the good start in this one. That's why he's running in the number 2 spot. So Jaden Clough looking to win the Moto. Title is out of reach for Clough because he was 36th in the first Moto.
Wow.
Looking at a 36.11. So there is the 50 of Reyes. And there's the 29 of Boom Air, who's got the championship on lock if he finishes like this.
You know, you have to feel for Clough. Kalatian was the same way. You know, a DNF, a 38, a 39, then come back and win a couple.
I know, man.
You know, wow, woulda, coulda, shoulda.
You're going to be telling people about that forever. They're going to be like, yeah, right. And say, no, I swear it was 36.11. Sure, bro.
And Cooper, and actually Kalatian on the podium with you, man, those guys were flying. They did a great job, this and that. I just came back and put my head down and wanted to put in the best performance I could. Okay, and that means win.
I know. Luke Kalatian, one of the best personalities I've seen here at this ranch in quite some time. It's heating up here. Megawatt Matt Watson, the 29 of Boom Air. Reyes got through that battle. He got around Turner. He got past Kimball Jett. I thought they were going to come back after him. He has left them behind, and he is catching Boom Air, and if he makes the pass, championship is his.
Absolutely. He understands that. He knows the math. They put the pit board out there, and Reyes, one of them guys, you always hear me talk about grit. That guy, like you saw right there, that was a tough situation he was in. He was sandwiched right there. It was go time. Somebody of those 3 riders, somebody was going to make a move. Reyes took it upon himself, dug deep, and knows that all he needs to do, keep this thing on 2 wheels, close that gap. I say all he needs to do, close that gap of 3 seconds. But the championship will be his, as you mentioned.
I'll tell you what, he got through that battle with Jett and Turner, and I think he momentarily closed up on Boom Air, but Boom Air has stepped it back up. So Reyes is really going to have to dig. It's going to be interesting when they come back through the finish line area. The gap was, as you said, 3 seconds. Is it getting smaller or is it getting bigger? I think Boom Air has responded.
I think he has. I think he's picked the pace back up. I believe it might be right at 3. That might be stabilized. He did close the gap, Reyes did, but as we work our way through, we're going to find out right now. It was, oh, look at this. Cut it in almost half.
No, that's between first and second.
Oh, there we go, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a 5-second gap.
Right.
So shout out to Boom Air. Must have got the word because he has absolutely put the hammer down. And now it's up to Reyes to try to respond.
Yeah, you know, Boom Air did what he was supposed to do. Now Reyes, one more time, it's up to him to adjust the pace. It's up to him to pick up the pace and push the issue right now.
Jaden Clough in the lead, that 45 green machine into the 10 Commandments. Here we are in second, Boom Air in white on the 29. Reyes, Turner, Austin Cupa-Carandis has moved up to 5th. Then it's Alec Ransom, Kimball Jett, Jordan Bees, Gabe Andrigo, and Cameron Horner, who we had running up front in some motos earlier in the week. Bad start in this one, he is 10th. There is your championship battle. If this rider right here, Julian Boom Air, holds on for second, he'll win the title, but now I think he's starting to catch your leader, Clough.
He's pulled up on Clough a little bit right there. That's only going to make the situation better for him. That's only going to pad it against Larry Reyes Jr. Reyes dropping off just a bit right now. Might have got a bit spent from that early battle, but that was only 4 laps into this thing, so 10 minutes to go. Reyes shouldn't be feeling any kind of heat right now, shouldn't be struggling with any kind of conditioning. So see exactly what's going on there. Is he able to hit the reset button and come back after Clough and Boom Air?
So this midpoint of the moto, it has been all about Boom Air, pulling away from Reyes, closing in on Clough, but we're only halfway through, and 450B, these are some big bikes for some very young riders to be slinging around out here. So we'll see if that conditioning becomes a factor. Probably not. I'm going to venture to guess because the weather today is, again, outstanding. We did it. every single day from Monday practice through all of our motos. If you're saying, man, it's really hot out here, you don't know what you're talking about.
No. It's obviously your first trip to the ranch. Yeah, exactly. You're a rookie.
Yes. Yep. The C-Class riders, they're allowed to say that because they're new to this place.
Yes.
Everybody else, you know better. We have been so fortunate with the weather, and that's allowing these guys to dig down deep late in the moto. Boom Air. He wants the moto win.
Jaden Clough, though, putting in good laps right now, turned a 158.06. Boom Air has the fast lap with a 157.7. He did that on the last lap, lap number 4. And Reyes right now, he's at a 200.7. Needs to find a little something. Needs to pick up some better lines. Needs to move out a little bit, find a little smoother ground, or make the track just a little bit shorter. But Reyes is going to start to run out of time here. Race clock down to 9 minutes. Boom Air picking his way through those nasty ruts coming out of Storyland back there. Pops that little triple up over the left-hander by the tree. Goes way wide. Good line choice there. I think keeping that thing as smooth as could be. And wow, look at Clough pushing that thing down the monster mile. That thing bouncing.
Yeah, dude.
Almost looked like a desert truck right there. That thing coming through the washboard.
I'm telling you, these are young guys. There's only a 15-year-old here on this 450. Oh, and I thought he was going to save it. Boom Air goes down.
The number 29 machine quickly looks back, already has the clutch drop. He's trying to run behind that bike to get back on it.
Everything on the line right now. He looked up. He saw Larry Reyes has caught him. So credit to Boom Air for pulling that big gap. He had 6 seconds to play with. But now the championship battle is right in front of us on our screen. If Reyes can make the pass, the title will be his. How quickly can Boom Air get his pace back? I got to tell you, advantage Reyes. He sees that. And Boom Air, his heart rate had to go through the roof right there. The breathing has to start to pick up just a little bit. And look at Reyes. He has been rejuvenated. He has new life after that tip over. Oh, the third Moto Gremlins. We're seeing it right now. Boom Air was riding so well. He had pulled away. He had closed on your leader, Clough. And now he is in the fight of his life. Whichever rider of this group finishes ahead of the other will be the champ of 450B Limited. We talked about Reyes early in this one, lap 2 and 3, finding some good lines. He was able to really pick up a lot of real estate. Can he find those same lines? Do they still exist here on lap number 6? Playing a little bit of follow the leader right now. And look at this, Boom Air gains just a little bit of traction right there through the 10 Commandments, right when Reyes was starting to get motivated a bit. Boom Air able to respond one more time. His ability to handle the pressure is impressive right now, Weech. That was a big. Let me tell you something. How about Boom Air responding like
that's
this?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. Is Boom Air. That's just absolutely incredible.
I mean, if you want a pressure situation, that is it right there.
Hey, let's just throw it down in the corner here. And
your competitor is right behind you.
Yeah, remount while your main competitor for the championship closes in. 6 minutes left in this one. Here they come down the Monster Mile. Look at this. Reyes remounts another charge. Weege, look, goes to the inside. Reyes bringing the fight.
Where did this come from?
Reyes,
I thought Boom Air had put him away, but Reyes is back.
Listen, this is one of them guys. You heard me say it a minute ago, grit. This is one of these guys that doesn't give up. He doesn't use a lot of flash. It doesn't seem like a lot of style and flash from Reyes Jr. whatsoever, but the guy's always a factor, just like Lee Walston.
We clearly have 2 sections of the track. One half working for Boom Air, other section working for Reyes as he closes back in.
Now Reyes, you're going to see, has an alternate line down here behind the billboard. He's going to shoot back across the track. Not the smoothest line, but it avoids falling. Now here we go. You see him go wide right now. Can he slingshot this and keep the momentum up? It hasn't worked yet. There he goes, crosses the track just like we talked about.
Looking for some running room. Boom Air is going to feel some serious heat right now. Reyes has picked up the pace. They were much further apart in this long short shoot 1 lap ago. 5 minutes to decide the title in 450B Limited.
Now we're getting into this portion of the track. You're going to see through the 10 Commandments, Boom Air has a nice line, as well as Reyes. They're both going to tuck in tight. But as we get back into this next rhythm section, Reyes has a pretty good line, a pretty good rhythm he's been using.
Reyes, he's got the line choice. He's got openings. He's just not quite close enough. Now back here, he's got to funnel into the same line as Boomer. But we saw some tricks out of Reyes a couple of corners from here the previous lap.
Absolutely, and with 4 minutes left, here we go. Reyes trying to make a short track out of it again. This guy's not done. He's got something in mind, Weech. He's saving something for that white flag lap if necessary. Again, dives to the inside, but Boom Air able to keep that momentum up.
Outside line from Reyes. It's Ray put the attack on 1 lap ago. Boom Air, a quick look over his shoulder. Oh, these guys are going to be gassed by the end of this. Not the heat, humidity, the pressure.
Oh, that's exactly what it is. The physical conditioning is one thing. The mental game right now, the pressure being applied, absolutely incredible. Here we go. I believe 2-lap card. 2-lap card is out on this one. 2-lap card is out right now. Only 2 laps left. Boom Air under the attack of Larry Reyes Jr. Reyes goes to the inside right now. Going to see if we can put that slingshot move into action. Watch, they're going to come around turn 1 here. He's going to cross the track again. Going to go wide. Going to try to keep it up. And gives up a bit of track that time.
Yeah, the line didn't work. You saw it
not at all.
Used that slingshot the last time to close in. This time, Boom Air getting away.
I think
this is it. Every moto during the week, all the training, all the riding, and to think it's going to come down to the last 5-minute duel between these two. Now 3.5 minutes left in it.
Reyes makes a mistake there in the 10 Commandments, messes up the rhythm. Boom Air, 1 more bike length advantage right there, picking up ever so slightly. This time around, going to get the white flag. It's all going to be on the line. Does Reyes have a spot? If he gets close enough, does he have a spot picked out to run it in on him? Question is, will he get close enough to make the move work?
Yeah, how desperate will you get if you get there? If you're Reyes, you've got to have the short memory. A couple of mistakes, as you mentioned, losing a little ground. He is closed right back in. That line in the whoops, I've watched him do that the whole moto. It's ruts, but he turns them into whoops. And he goes across them.
Yeah, instead of landing in the rut, man, he literally crosses them, as you said, tries to smooth it out while making the turn. And here comes the number 29 one more time. Julian Boom Air right in front of us, sending it out into the rollers. Right behind him, Larry Reyes Jr. giving up some space this time around again, Weech. So ever so slightly, Boom Air starting to pull away. White flag is out. You can see it waving right there on the porch below us. Boom Air now solidly in command of that number 2 position. Checking in, Larry Reyes Jr. in that number 3 spot. Looks like that is the number 93 working his way around the beach as well. Going to see Alex Ransom, Austin Cooper Canitas on that number 12 KTM. Both riders checking in. Cameron Horner now in the 6th spot. Jordan Bice in that number 8 ride. Bice in the 7th position. Gabe Andrigo in the number 8 ride. Kimball Jett now in 9th. Nate Mason in 10th. Hamden Hudson in the 11th spot. Lex Turner in 12. Grant LaFrance in that 13th spot with Kyle Epperson in the 14th position. Mitchell France rounding it out for us. Your top 15. Taking a look right now, the number 45, Jaden Clough out front, coming back through Storyland into those deep left-hand ruts. One final time, going to work his way back past the waterworks. And here we go, up and over the big tabletop one more time, down the Monster Mile. Clough setting that thing right into the middle line right now, actually going far outside as he works his way into it. Down into that left-hander. Here we go. It's the number 45, Jaden Clough. Up and over the final tabletops into the beach. Here comes the number 45 right in your face down into the Bermuda Triangle. Going to make that final left-hand turn. Small rhythm section to go. Clough going to put away a moto win right here. Jaden Clough, checkered flags out. Number 45 machine taking the Moto win. Looks like currently that's setting him up in 9th place overall. Unfortunately, that 36 in Moto number 1, followed up by 2 Moto wins to the number 45 of Clough. Right now, Julian Boom Air sitting on a 1-3-2. Larry Reyes Jr. 2-2-3. Those guys separated by 1 point. Boom Air having the advantage. Look at this. Austin Cooper-Canitas moving up right on the last lap. Puts himself into the 3rd position overall. So 1-3-2. Julian Boom Air. 6 points. Larry Reyes Jr. 2-2-3 for 7 points in that number 2 spot overall. The KTM of Austin Cooper-Canitas checking in 4-5-5, 14 points, puts him in the 3rd position overall. You can see the 45 machine Moto winner Jaden Clough rather, has that machine up on the stand right now, but it's the number 29 Julian Boom Air with the championship. Right now, we're going to talk to the number 45 machine and our Moto winner Jaden Clough.
It's probably about the hottest it has been all week right now. Tough guy Jaden Clough just comes right on up here, ready for his interview. The title slipped away, unfortunately, but he will get the gold. Serving some notice here in your final 450B Limited Moto. Your winner, Jaden Clough. Let's cheer for Jaden Clough. Yeah, there we go. Here, just move over here. He gets in the shade a little bit. That'll help you out. Unfortunately, what happened to have the title slip away from you earlier this week?
Yeah, I just had a small bike issue that distracted me a little bit. Ended up going down twice. And then I just thought it was something with the motor, so I pulled off, which unfortunately caused me the overall, but put in 2 solid rides for the second 2 motos, 2nd and 3rd moto. And really nothing I can do anymore. So
you still got to be pretty proud to know you had the speed and you got some golds.
Yeah, it's definitely a booster for sure, coming out here and winning some motos. So I'm pumped on that.
Who do you want to thank?
I'd like to thank my dad, all my friends and family for coming down and helping me out. Uncle Steve for wrenching on the bikes, FXR, Team Green, Black Diamond MX, Dunlop, 6D, 100%, Plainview Power Sports, Fine-Tuned Suspension, JM Racing, EVS, Vertex Pistons, and everybody else, thank you.
Let's hear it for Jaden Clough taking the Moto win in 450B Limited. All right, Jaden's crew, we got to take the bike off so we can bring the number 29 machine on up. Man, Jaden's got some energy left in the tank. We can also talk to our 3rd place finisher, Reyes and Cole Jones, who grabbed our Whole Shot Award. Yeah, come on up, Cole. Got some young guys on some very fast bikes, and the best of them out of the hole is Cole Jones. Stasic Whole Shot Award for you. How'd you pull that?
My Pirelli tires got me off to a pretty good jump, and Moto I kind of sucked, but we'll fix that in the next couple. So.
Okay, Cole. Who do you want to thank?
My mom, my dad, my girlfriend, all my friends and family, Dave Kilgore, Carrie and Brian Scher, Grindstone, Gary Semix, Fast House, Wes Kane, Garnet Booth, Scott Goggles, Bell Helmets, and just everybody else. Thank you so much.
Let's hear it for Cole Jones, everybody. Yeah, Cole. Let's bring the number 29 machine on up. And we get to crown a champion, and this probably was the most dramatic championship we've had so far this week. It came down to Reyes and Boom Air, and they were darn close. The silver medal, though, is going to get the job done. High stakes, high pressure, and he came through. Let's hear it for your 450B Limited National Champion, Julian Boom Air. You put yourself to the test. Let's move a little forward here. You had it, you fell, it almost slipped away. What were those last couple laps like?
Man, it was hard for sure. Got off to a good start, was running 2nd, and just a little minor mental mistake, and tipped over and got up, and I just had to push. Had to make sure I could get away, because those last 2 laps were for sure stressful.
Yeah, is that the most pressure you've probably ever been under?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but it's a good thing. Now you can say you responded to that. You have to be really proud of yourself that you actually pulled through.
Yeah, that was for sure a confidence booster.
All right, who do you want to thank for this title, Julian?
I'd like to thank my mom, dad, my brother and sister back at home, my amazing girlfriend, the whole JMC Motorsports crew, making sure I was dialed in all week, and Yannick for putting in so much work these last couple months to get me ready, and Monster, Liquid Molly, WP, Tanner, and everyone else. Thank you.
All right, let's hand it to him, and we will hand him the #1 plate from the American Motorcyclists Association. Ladies and gentlemen, your 450B Limited National Champion is Julian Beaumaire. That's good stuff. You can hang out for a minute and we'll take some photos for sure. We'll give you champagne in a moment. We'll have to bring Larry Reyes on up and talk to him for the 3rd place finish in the Moto, which will be 2nd overall in the class. And then Julian can come up and pop some champagne in a moment. But let's get our 3rd place finisher on up, get his side of the story, and what a battle it was. Reyes digging deep, got up to Beaumaire, lost a little ground, then Beaumaire fell, caught back up, and they spent about 5 laps battling as hard as they could for this championship. So let's get Larry Reyes up to the box and talk about his moto. Well, he had a shot at it, and he tried as hard as he could. He will end up 3rd in the moto and 2nd in the championship. Let's hear it for Larry Reyes Jr. Oh man, the emotional highs and lows of that moto, it must have been crazy.
Yeah, I got off to a pretty mediocre start again. It's hard on the 450s, man. You know, just put on a charge. I passed Julian, he got me back. He riding really good. I tried to give him a fight back, but I couldn't.
Still, I know you want the title. You got to be proud to be on the podium. Who do you want to thank for it?
I thank the whole EBR Performance, Altus Motorsports, Yamaha, Tucker, Answer, Dunlop, Pro Taper, my mom and dad, Monster Army, Ethica, EBS, VP Fuels, Recluse, Tamer, 100%, Rhino Power, Git, Matrix, Bills, Sycra, Ride Dunlop, and everybody else I forgot to thank you.
Let's hear it for Larry Reyes, finishing